a bill passed to ban a CBDC. This comes by way of Instagram.
Yeah, and this is a little bit old news. It's been out for a couple weeks, but we can play it here, and we can talk about why this is important.
House Republicans, as Blake just said, are going to take action to safeguard our American values by passing my bill, the CBDC, or the Central Bank Digital Currency Anti-Surveillance State Act. With this legislation, we're going to stop unelected bureaucrats in the Biden administration from using a central bank digital currency, again, a CBDC, that threatens to destroy the American way of life. Unlike decentralized digital assets such as Bitcoin, CBDCs are a digital form of sovereign currency designed, issued, and monitored by the federal government. In short, a CBDC is a government-controlled, programmable money that, if not designed to be just like cash, open, permissionless, and private with a capital P, it not only could, it will give the federal government significant transaction level data on individuals and the ability to suppress politically unpopular activity. We've already seen examples of foreign governments weaponizing their financial system against their citizens. In China, the Communist Party actually has the digital yuan that is being used to monitor its citizens, and they are building social scores based on being House Republican.
So that is the fear. And we actually watched it last week on this podcast where 700 million CCTVs in China. And so you attach that kind of surveillance with a digital centralized controlled currency where the government can effectively just cut you off at any point in time. And you got a serious privacy problem. Back to, we're not a democracy. We're a constitutional republic. The people are actually in charge. Right. And as soon as you remove that power and transfer it over to a democracy where a small group of people who are actually an oligarchy, majority rule, are controlling the whole entire system, we have a major, major problem on our hands. So, I mean, I would be terrified that we're trying to roll out a CBDC. Yep. And this is, it's only furthering the case for Bitcoin. With that said, kind of building off of everything we've talked about, if you look at how do we unwind or exit out of this grand theatrical play of printing money and there not being a bubble, if we did roll over to a centralized digital currency, we could effectively do a digital currency reset. And we could reset the value of the money. We could kind of redistribute the wealth kind of accordingly and effectively solve this crash landing that's inevitably going to happen. But then at the same time,
trade-offs.
Yeah, we're giving up our freedom to basically have the government in our back pocket. And this has been slowly coming, right? As we've moved away from less cash, right? And then now we move over to like tap pay. And I can't even remember the last time I held, a stack of 50 grand in my hand, right? And so we're being kind of lulled into this, but again, it goes back to, we're not studying the history that says, hey, this is why this is a bad thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm happy that it is banned. It's still got a lot of work to do, right? That was at the Senate level, and now it's got to go through Congress, I think.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't have much commentary on it. You're just watching, you're just seeing it all play out, right? Where you're just like, okay.
Yeah, and for those of you who are listening today, I mean, we strategically, picked these articles to kind of architect the story of what's happening right in front of you so that you guys can be in the know about what's happening. Now, we'll kind of bring it back to entrepreneurs. One of the beautiful things about owning a business is it's an exchange medium, right? And so no matter kind of where we go with currency, the value in owning a business is you can take currency in any form. You can take it in pesos, you can take it in yen, you can take it in Bitcoin, whatever that might be. And so if you're just an employee or you only have employee income, that becomes becomes harder to do, right? So you got to look for alternative sources. You got to be going deep down the rabbit hole of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin.
What are my options?
So on and so forth.
Well, dude, I mean, yeah,